Hi there people, welcome to this vlog done directly from Budapest. I wanted to say that I was able to get the Arduino UNO programmable board. Although it's made in Italy, it was easier for me to get it here in Budapest. It was quick, I got it here. Okay, I was able to run correctly the program that programs this. It was a struggle with but I did it. I already uploaded this with that melody playing program that plays the melody on an 8 ohms resistance speaker that I got out from a fax machine, disassembled and broken. Let's see. Look, the lights. Listen to the music. As I plug it, it gets supplied. And no, come here. Look at here. Success. Thanks to the TV out library, we'll be able to do nerdish video games with this on a TV output. It was a low resolution, but maybe anything is good. And so I will also be able to present console games and act as a console game nerd.
Sarà un bellissimo 800 anche quello femminile. Dopo ovviamente che i tempi sono medici, ma pubblicato tutto che si chiama Siete dell'anno. Il titolo appunto di Anima Hashlap, la mattina che conosce il 84 ragione con tutta la giovane indiana. Un corso di parole di Sapano, che è un monitor che non è fatto dell'altro.
I know it's quite strange that I have to do a vlog from here, but look at the parliament there. So, I was able to get this Arduino UNO SMD programmable board. It's made in Italy, but I got it here. Irony of destiny. I already uploaded the program with this to play a little music on this 8 ohms resistance speaker. Look, I plug in, it gets a supply, and thanks to the TV out library, we will do nerdish video games with this. So Arduino made in Italy is the best. It's an 80 mega 32.8 microcontroller. It's an 8-bit architecture microprocessor and 32 kilobytes of memory, but it can be upgraded with everything. Very easy to program, very cool. They gave me also this, and I immediately put it on. Oh noob. Oh nerd. We turn on current. And here it is. Our program is running here. Arduino UNO made in Italy. Signal is transformed into a TV signal. Here, the AV signal, of course, not the antenna signal. This one, RCA connection, that's all. No sound but video. The white plug here. The yellow plug, yellow video. You can read it. Video plug, and there you have the signal. Since I don't have a 10 kilo ohms resistor to do the interactive control the three-dimensional snake can be seen running from the Arduino. You programmed it so that at each game cycle it makes a light flash. The code is here. It was uploaded. Not very long, but that's good. And that's all. A bit, it flickers a bit, but just not as bad. You can do one thing. You can try to eliminate the clear screen function call. This one here. Okay, comment it out. Okay, we are uploading. Okay, starting. Yeah, since the resistors don't have exactly the right value, this problem happens. But sometimes just the touching, the reattaching can help. But here is the three-dimensional snake. The interactive control is very easy to implement, but I need a 10 kilo ohms resistor, which I don't have now, and so on. I mean, this flicker image is because of the resistors in this connection that don't have the right value here. Since this don't have the right value, and since I inserted also diode which alterates the voltage goes by source and resistors, for that reason, image is flickery, but this is safest. But the diode alterates the voltage here, and so the resistor's value must be adjusted, and I think these aren't exactly correct. One can experiment, but no, it's okay. You can see that it works. It works. three-dimensional program. It's, we know the Arduino is an 8-bit computer system. The only problem is that memory isn't very big, and that's why I suggest to buy the Arduino Mega instead of this one, which is the Arduino UNO, because maybe less problems with memory using the Arduino Mega. But anyway, the problem here is that often the reason of a crash isn't very evident, because what we write here is syntactically correct and there are no, I don't know, we are using correctly the variables we declared. We don't do what under operating systems is called segmentation fault. But even if everything is correct in the program, the Arduino may be unable to execute the program, or execution may hang up at a certain point, and this is because the memory feels, even if when I compile this, it says if you're using nearly 11,000 bytes, I mean 11 kilobytes out of 32 allowed, but during execution some of this memory left, which in this case is nearly 20 kilobytes, is eaten up. Yeah, and this may be sometimes difficult to guess. But this program, using the previous version of the TV out library, didn't work because it was eating up a lot of memory. Now, that's why I think for doing three-dimensional games in Arduino Mega can be a better solution, but we did a three-dimensional game with this. Of course, once it was loaded up, as soon as this is powered, the Arduino is powered, or here with a 9 volts input, or with this, it sends the signal to the RCA video plug and it works. Yeah. Well, we saw three-dimensional graphics running on an 8-bit computer system, thus programmable board. Well, one day I heard, I casually ended up watching a video on Minecraft, and that day when I heard saying that its graphics is pixelated because it's a 64-bit program, or I will show you the video. Well, I was floored, because I said what the program we run doesn't depend on how many bits system we are using to run the program. It's only having more a system with higher, I mean a 32-bit system instead of an 8-bit system, just makes it, gives to the better performance in operations between float numbers, because it's 4 bytes, so 32 bits in total, between anything superior to the char variable, which is 1 byte, 8 bits. I mean, this is only a question of performance, and I mean, was really floored. And I looked how many visualizations this video on Minecraft had, and I saw, how is it possible that nobody wrote in the comments, hey, the fact that it's a 64-bit version of Minecraft doesn't mean anything on the level of graphics. Minecraft, or any program like that with textured graphics or what the hell, can run also on an 8-bit system like this little cheap board here. Sorry. Yes, we saw running the 3-dimensional program in this. If it had just a little bit more memory, we could have also added textures and so on. Well, 3-dimensional graphics is just a procedure. As long as you don't run out of memory, you can run any procedure that you can code in a programming language like the C programming language, which we use for programming this, or also in assembly. But yeah, of course, assembly is a bit, yeah. I mean, maybe, yeah, we are starting to line out why I decided to include this discussion in this video. Because I looked up some of the books used in various courses in on the C programming language, and I saw video recordings of various lessons on it, and I personally saw some of them, and I noticed that often the part of graphics and real-time interactivity is very much relegated to a marginal place, and I think evidently this is because those who wrote these books or are explaining this themselves didn't understand this part very well, but because they didn't document themselves enough. I mean, I understand that if you are a teacher, you teach the C programming language or so, you are paid a certain amount of money every month, and it's good to pretend that the authority that pays you someday will rise the payment, but that doesn't, but I mean, a changement towards the positive will come from that level. For example, you start explaining the thing always more accurately, in a more coherent way, so that those who follow your lesson. So here we have our workstation, the Arduino UNO programmable board, the additional circuit to do the connection with the RCA to the TV. This is a DVD player because old TVs don't have the RCA input, and supply through USB. Huh? Where is it? I already loaded the program, sorry. And here is the 3-dimensional snake. Since I don't have a 10 kilo ohms resistor to do the interactive control circuit with this digital pins here and the 5-volt supply here, I had to do that. It automatically rotates the camera at each game step, so I can show that it's fully 3-dimensional. It's doing everything 3-dimensional graphics, also black and white, because this TV signal generation cannot do more. It's using the TV out beta library and 8-bit microprocessor. So very good. So of course you can see the written made in Italy here. Italy boot there. Let's look at the center of the screen. Do you see it? Arduino made in Italy, the best. So here